It's now my honor and pleasure to introduce you to our faculty of social work elder Leona. She comes from Treaty 6, and she's going to be providing us with a prayer and a blessing and some words to get us started in a good way, to start this conference in a good way. Elder Leona.
Thank you, Ellen. Oh dear, thank you for having me here. I always feel very honored and privileged to be invited to these events, and I thank Heather for presenting me with the protocol to be here and say the opening prayer for this very, I know it's going to be very enlightening for all of us. And I'd like to thank Ellen for grounding us in the four directions. That's so very important to start anything in grounding ourselves to spirit. You know, what can we say about spirit? You know, we're born with spirit. We come from spirit world. We come with a spirit, and then when we leave here, we leave with spirit, and that's it. There's nothing in between. No, I'm just kidding. So our spirit is what guides us throughout life. Without spirit, we're just functioning on ego. And ego quite often leads us astray. So if you can remember spirit as your GPS, and you won't get lost in life if you always follow spirit throughout your whole life. And it's going to lead you to places. It wants you to experience life in its fullest. You know, to experience everything that you are doing here today. This spirit guided you here, you know, and we must honor that spirit on a daily basis. You know, we give life to, you know, when I say the prayer, I will, you know, give life again for another day. But our spirit is what makes everything go round. And we also must remember what Creator made for us is all spiritual. The air that we breathe is spirit. When we are born, that's the first thing that comes in, is the spirit of the air. And when we leave Earth, that's the last thing that leaves us as well, the spirit of air. You know, these are things that sometimes we don't think about, but we need to be reminded of. This is everything that guides us is our spirit. And there's spirit in everything. That's another thing. You know, animals have spirit. Everything that surrounds us, the air, the trees, the animals that we live with, you know, if we can, the way I was taught is everything is the same value. We're no greater than the ant on the ground. We're no greater than the eagles that fly. We are all of the same value. Every life is valued equally. We are just in one circle. We're very, just a small part of that circle, and we're connected to everything. And if we can remember, there's a connection to everything. You know, we connect our spirit to the animals. They recognize our spirit. You know, and when you get close to an animal, a dog, a horse, or whatever, they're connecting with your spirit because they have spirit as well. So, you know, there is no getting away from spirit. It's when we separate ourselves that we find difficulty in life. So, you know, always remember to acknowledge your spirit first thing in the morning. And I want to remind you too, when you leave here, you know, when you've had such a good time and you're vacationing and stuff, you get home and you kind of feel disconnected, like you're not grounded. It's because you left your spirit there. You forgot to call your spirit to come home with you, you know, so remember that in your travels, you know, so that you can arrive with your spirit and feel good, you know. But anyway, I won't keep you any longer because I know we have a very full plate here for the next few days. But I will pray in my own language, which is Cree, and just follow along with me in your own way, however way that you pray. So, but I don't pray with a microphone. Creator didn't give us a microphone to pray with, so I will set that aside. How gustawino. Mistahin na nanas ko monomanos kahisigak. Asamina gutak matsiu nemiya. Mistahigi koy entotamaya humanos. Kipewi tapmiya. kape sino hamauia ki wais ndo tamayan. Ke mo som panuak, kohkum panuak, kape wi sihtos ka ako komanos ka isigag. E wapukuite mina ke tea kaya te wisto kanaga tohkea ke kusik kasagi haya ko ke ndo tamayan. Awasak mina pukuite kaya te kanaga tohkea kasagi hihte ke ndo tamage stamoge. E manos ka mamo paia hao pewi te hinan kweski wai ke tastaya ke ndo tamayan manos ka isigag. E wapukuite ni wako magan te kaya te wisto nehi wak puya wisto kaya te kahkioma anos ka ispe mamo paia huta kape monsito tata kweski wai ke tastaya ke ndo tamayan ai hai uksepang ngaituan. Thank you.